So, how many moments do you remember from your childhood? Yeah, I mean, I imagine you've got a few. You've got the highlights, big birthdays, broken legs, first dogs, things like that. And you've also got those quiet moments, like Sunday watching TV with your sister. But how many moments can you not forget? So, one of those moments happened to me at the end of summer after 7th grade. And we were coming home from a long and torturous road trip. And everyone was really desperate to just go their own separate ways after having spent so much quality family time together. And my sisters all had friends that they wanted to see. My mom wanted to go to the grocery store because a dear personal hobby of hers is keeping her family not starving. And my dad had been driving for hours, so he wanted to take a nap. And I volunteered that I too wanted to take a nap, but I had my own nefarious plans. You see, I grew up in a pretty crowded household. I'm the youngest of 4 and the only boy, so time alone in the house was the most valuable commodity in the world. And a moment like this, with all my sisters gone, my mom gone, my dad asleep, yeah, I mean, I'd be a fool to pass this up, so. With an overly theatrical stretch and a yawn, I declared my intention to take a nap, and I retired to my room upstairs. I lay in bed with my heart pounding with anticipation as I listened to the members of my family leaving the house one by one. And after the last one left, I gave it a full 15 minutes just to make sure the coast was clear. And at 14 minutes and 59 seconds, I rose from my bed like Nosferatu ready to feast. These were the before times, so I'm not sure if there are any young Gen Zers out in the audience tonight, but I'll take a moment to explain. But in the before times, in order to masturbate, hundreds and thousands of trees had to be cut down. Just entire swaths of the Amazon were felled to fuel the fires of puberty. They would take these towering, majestic organisms and whittle them down into thin parchment sheets, and then spray them with an alchemical mixture of cyan, magenta, yellow, and black ink in order to simulate light reflecting off of bare human skin. They would then take those tattooed pages and bind them and package them and ship them around the world to newsstands and specialty stores where men and young boys would buy them and hide them in places like their bedroom or the treehouse, or in the case of my father, in his home office. And yeah, of course I knew where the Playboys were hidden. Every teenage boy knows where the porn is. We're like truffle pigs. As much as you think that your porn is well hidden, a teenage boy knows exactly where it is. Because porn and teenage boys can speak to each other on a shadowy astral plane in the black tongue of Mordor, so they know. So I crept from my bedroom to the office. My palms were getting sweaty with excitement. This was 2 weeks, actually, this was an entire childhood worth of anticipation. I'd earned this moment, really. I deserved this. God damn it, I was going to enjoy it. So I got to the office and I opened the door quietly, but it wouldn't really open, and I didn't want to force it for fear of making any noise. But it was no big deal because I knew that the office could be entered through an ensuite bathroom, so I just tiptoed over to the bathroom door and slipped into the office. It turned out my father had beaten me to beating it. He turned and froze, and I froze. And I can still see the just sunlight coming in through the window, past our curtains, illuminating these flecks of dust just suspended in midair, settling on crumpled pajama pants. Here's the thing about seeing dad dick. It's always larger than life because it gave you life. It's like staring directly into the sun or opening the Ark of the Covenant if you're Nazi. So after like an eternity and a millisecond, I stumbled backwards out into the bathroom, into the house, and into my now shattered childhood. And I made my way downstairs and plopped onto the couch and turned something on. I don't remember what it was, doesn't matter. And after a few minutes, my dad comes down, and in true Asian father fashion, he doesn't say a word, and he just puts his hand, his business hand, on my shoulder, and he just gives it a squeeze. And that was the last that we never spoke about it. So here's the fucked up thing. I've had to live with the mental image of my father hunched over at his desk, bathed in sunlight, crumpled pajama pants, grasping his huge, hairy, angry, veiny, unrelenting, unforgiving, and overly demanding dad dick for my entire life. But now so do you.
Will Tran, ladies and gentlemen.